one of these days I'll actually get good at this. You just wait. When I get good at recording for videos, I'll be unstoppable, okay? I'll be able to fight God and stuff. Okay, hi! I'm Blocks of Fire. I made this Buckbeak costume, and this is my Q&A video. So I'm gonna, I can answer all the questions from you little midgets. So let's get into it. And if you stay until the end, you'll get to see the embarrassing thing I did when I got my prize at the cosplay contest. Because we love embarrassing moments. Let's get into it. Walk us through the process. What did you start with? Okay, so I had a dino mask ready to go before this. I'd already painted it to be one of my old characters, Caroline. So I was just like, hey, this looks crap. I'm gonna redo it. So then I just sanded it all the paint off, and then I started adding I started with foam clay because I never added clay to a dino mask at that point. And then I was just like, oh yeah, look, this looks so cool. And then it fell off. So I was just like, okay, that's not gonna work. I also was thinking of I wanted to buy eyes. I was seeing all these fursuiters who had all these cool eyes, and I was just like, oh, where'd you get them? It was just like, oh, we made them and we don't sell them, so you're gonna have to make it. Get some resin, kid, because you're gonna have to start working now. By the way, I'm gonna go into more detail about the whole costume after all the questions are finished, just because I want to cover the questions, and then I can go into detail about stuff that people didn't ask about, because I'm like that. How did you make the wings? Are they really heavy? Also, if you were making it all over again, have you learned anything from the process that would make you do it differently? The wings I made them from a pattern from this lady. I can't remember her name, so I'm putting it up here. This lady. She also did a tutorial. Thank God this lady exists. Thank you. Thank you, woman. Thank you. So yeah, I just used that pattern. And it's very slay. It's very slay. And you guys should definitely try it out if you want to, put your blood and tears into a project for no reason. How heavy were they? They actually aren't that heavy. They, after a while walking around the conventions, I'll admit, my shoulders started looking like a coat hanger, but other than that, they're pretty good. Also, if you were to make it over again, what have you learned? Don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm making an N cosplay with the exact same pattern for the wings, so I didn't learn a thing, okay? Generally for the whole thing though, I think the chest plate I used for the Buckbeak was it wasn't the best. I just what's the word? Crochet? No, not crochet. You know the things that are on shoes when you don't have shoelaces? Yeah, I used that thing. I can't remember its name at the moment. So you know that thing on those shoes that don't have laces. Velcro, that's what it is. Yeah, I just used Velcro to attach it to the backpack that I had the wings attached to. That wasn't the best idea. I should have found something else, but I honestly don't know how I'd do that differently. So yeah, on to the next question. Where'd you get the gloves, or did you make them? I did make them. I didn't make the actual glove part itself, but I did make the scales, and I attached the claws from a different thingy. So this is how I made them. So I just got just a regular glove, and I got bits of foam and just glued them on in scale shapes. And as for the claws, they are from a glove I was originally going to use, which I just bought off AliExpress, and I was just like, hey, that looks like it works, but it was too big, so I just cut the claws off and I sewed them on. I sewed them on. I sewed them on, that's the right word. Do not glue them, okay? I tried to glue them, and they just fell off, and it made sewing it so much harder. That's what I've learned. Don't glue the claws on. It's a bit messy there. I also attached, see these two fingers together, because the claw I bought only had 4 fingers, because it didn't have the thumb. So yeah, I also followed this tutorial show here by this person on Instagram. So yeah, I just Basically, do your research and see what other people have done. Not everything has to be 100% original. Like, come on, let the peoples help. Let the peoples help. So yeah. How much did it cost overall? And do you plan on adding more to it? I don't want to know how much I spent on it. Like, okay, consider this. Okay, a lot of the stuff that is in it were just lying around. Okay, not that much, but for example, like the shoes, they were just my old shoes and I added foam to them. I had most of the foam stuff I already had. My dad helped me work on the wings, so we already had like the metal and stuff for that. The backpack I got was pretty cheap, so like $20, and like the mask itself was like, like 25 as dino masks are. And the fabric was probably a bit more expensive because I got it for the tail. I got 3 lots. I got it for the tail, the head, and the legs. So that's 3 different kinds of fabric. So that's probably, half my life savings gone. But was it worth it? Absolutely. How did you make the feathers look so stiff and not fluffy? Which ones are you talking about, by the way? Are you talking about the ones on the head or like I'm guessing you're talking about the wing feathers. Okay, the wing feathers, as I said, they're made from sketchbook cover material. Like they're really they're see-through a bit, which is good because like then they give the more feathery look because feathers are slightly see-through. They are very stiff on their own. Like that stuff is very hard. There was 42 of them, by the way. I cut out 42 feathers. I actually cut out 43 because there was one spare that I tested on. But yeah, I still remember that amount. I did that almost a year ago and I still remember that amount. I'm not even going to remember the name of my first child. I'm just going to be like, 43 feathers, boy. That's so cool, Blocks. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Oh. How long did it take you to make the wings? 2 months. I just checked. Also, if you guys want more information on this project, I did most of the stages on my Instagram stories, so you can find it on my Instagram highlight. If any of you have Instagram and you haven't followed me yet, it's Blocks of Fire. Go check it out. It's very slay. You should definitely go and check it out. What clay do you use on your mask? Not just the Buckbeak mask, but the rosy too. I use this brand. It's just like an air dry clay and it's really good. I definitely recommend you use it. It's very good for sanding. It makes it very smooth after you sand it. So it's very slay. And this was the Rosie mask for those wondering. The Rosie, the girly part. We love her. You sound like you're threatening me. Why are you in my house? Because I am. I'm in your walls, girly pot. And I'm coming for you. So you better run. Because I'm coming for your food. Yeah, I am. Anyway, on to the next question. Quick shout out to you for getting this far because I'm trying to edit this video and it's already taken me a month. So slay for getting this far. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much and continuing on. What kind of bird is that? So Buckbeak is a giant eagle crossed with a horse, like a griffin from Harry Potter, because he's I think he's a giant hawk, a giant hawk. Yeah, that sounds a bit like horse. Haha, bird horse. Anyway, random tangent there. But yeah, I think he's just a giant eagle thingy. Just a thingy. He's just a thingy, He's just a boy in the world. Can you draw him in the iPad, please? I love your art vids. Thank you. Thank you. I did, this was actually a bit of concept art I did for what I wanted him to look like. Because I kind of wanted him to be, Antho-ish. So I wouldn't have to add a whole, horse's end, I also, this was a, thing I was going to do. I was going to have him have, the, axe that was going to murdery him.
This editing is taking a month. I'm so done.
And now the most important part of the video. Arnold and Lucifer. I didn't mean to name him after the devil, by the way. I didn't actually know that was the devil. I just heard Lucifer and I was just like, oh, that sounds like a good name for a ferret or a rodent. Just a rodent thing. So yeah, they are my little, they're my little guys. They're Buckbeak's food. They're his snacks. and they just follow him around. I thought it's so gruesome that I just made 2 dead ferrets and named them Arnold and Lucifer. But anyway, yeah, they were actually like so fun to make. I made Arnold from like those back things in like those hoods, like those winter hoods. Was just like, my mum was just like throwing out one. I was just like, I'm gonna take that and make a dead ferret. My parents are not concerned at all, by the way. They're totally fine with the way I spend my free time. Yeah, totally fine.
By the way, the inspiration behind this thing was literally like, I made this really big costume like in 2022, and I thought I wanted to make another big costume again, so yes, here's the clip of me at the cosplay competition, by the way. I'm trying to wrap this up because I'm tired, girly.
So it's mostly made out of, like, the wings, they're made from paper cover material, if that's the best summarization. Fur, all bought with my soul because I'm broke, but yeah, made out of like furry stuff. And tail. And then this was made, the rodents, my snacks, they will be my food. They were made from the back of like a jacket, like those fluffy jackets. Jackets were harmed in the making of this, I'm afraid to say. And resin eyes, because like, yeah, they're beautiful.
What did you find to be the most challenging about putting together this costume?
The eyes. Like, they might be the smallest, but these babies took forever, like, oh my gosh.
And your wings here, show us how those go. And what was it like putting that mechanism together?
Well, I had a tutorial from Original Beasts on YouTube, and it was really helpful. Like, still a lot of work went into it, but I was so grateful that she had a pattern, because otherwise I would have been so stuffed.
Well, you look ready to fly away. Thank you so much, Blocks of Fire.
And then I got my award, and then I walked off the stage even though I wasn't supposed to. Goodbye, I'm done. I spent too much time editing this.